phenomenal woman, that's me. I walk into a room just as cool as you please, and to a man, the fellows stand or fall down on their knees. Then they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. I say, it's the fire in my eyes, and the flash of my teeth, the swing in my waist, and the joy in my feet. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman, that's me. Men themselves have wondered what they see in me. They try so much, but they can touch my inner mystery. But when I try to show them, they say they still can't see. I say, it is the art of my back, the sun of my smile, the right of my breast, the grace of my style. I'm a woman, phenomenal woman, that's me. Now you understand just why my head's not bowed. I don't shout or jump about, or have to talk really loud. When you see me passing, I ought to make you proud. I say, it's in the click of my heels, the bang of my hair, the palm of my hand, the even my hair. Because I'm a woman, phenomenal woman, that's me.
The life of a person is sometimes magical, and sometimes it's worse. The magical thing there is to have successful and have good friends, while the worst thing there is to have a bad memories in this particular world. We humans are created to help each and everyone, while others who doesn't exist are created to disrupt our good living. In life, we discover, we explore, we have different experience. In life, we have successful moments, we have worst moments, and we have the happiest moment in life. In life, we encounter different people, different organisms, different world. In life, we are here. That's why we have to take good care in order for our life to live longer. That is life. We are here in this particular world in order to survive. We are here in this particular world in order to compete. We are here in this particular world in order to multiply. That's why we are here to survive. Your face, your texture, your color, your size, and your shape doesn't matter. In this world, what matters is how you compete and how you hard work yourself in order to survive. That's why the life of a person is interesting. That would be all. Thank you.
I've been stood up on my wedding day. I've been stood up on my wedding day. Have you thought of anything more tragic than that? Here comes the bride, all dressed in white. But where is my groom? My Jonathan? Father's eyes were apprehensive. Madeline, this is preposterous. Didn't I warn you? Is this what you call maturity and independence at 18? I guess we better hurry home. But this is not how players picture love. Romeo died for Juliet, Pyramus for Thisbe. Hesiod called it splendid thing a Princess Margaret gave up for Cali. Jonathan, wait till I get to you. I determined to pursue an unceasing justification of my plight. I remember how I fought father and mother when first they refused our young engagement. But how we talked to them about independence and huge self-reliance, of the new breed, ready, willing, and able to vote at 18 but also get married at 18. Imagine what my gangmates would say. Poor Madeline. She was almost a bride. Jonathan Jonathan must have found out that she's a square. And all mother to say, this is most embarrassing. Indeed it is. I should have joined the crusades for blessing singleness. I should have noted what my father confessor, Father Mansid, said when talk about Jonathan and marriage. Madeline, you're not ready for it. I guess you have told for your parents this time. But I didn't was like a spoiled child and silent child immensely. Cry for self-assertion. I was like Jane Fonda speaking for the women's leave movement. That phone keeps on ringing. All right, mother. All right. I'm answering it. Hello? Hello? Don't you darling me, Mr. Jonathan Anderson? May I privilege to know where were you at 9 o'clock this morning? What? Do you know what you did? Well, if you don't, you'll never.
Thy glance with me when first we met has left a heart that aches for thee. I feel the pain upon regret. Thy heart for strength is not for me. We parted though we met no more. My dreams are dreams of thee for me. I think of thee, my thoughts explore. The hours my lips of the day are late. Forgive this word that love impart, and pleading bare the boy's breast. And if a rose with thorns will part, yet on my breast that rose may rest. I know not what to name with thy charms, thou art half human, half divine. But if I could hold thee in my arms, I know both heaven and earth were mine.
As the cold wind blows from the north, a shiver runs through my spine. Searching for a way to get out, I stumble back and forth to life. One moment, I am searching towards the light at the end of the tunnel. Another moment, I am crawling my way through darkness. I searching for something and with outstretched hands, hoping to grasp onto something and pull myself up. A million thoughts, a million ideas, alone and physically exhausted. I am just a robot, going through life's motions from mundane existence. Nowhere to go, I feel I am trapped. I look around and I see no one. Friends and family, now all out of sight. I am trapped within my mind. As darkness goes in, happiness slowly starts to sneak out. As I lay awake in my bed, unable to sleep, I feel like I am slowly slipping into insanity.
The surrender of Japan. Today, the guns are silent. A great tragedy has been ended. A great victory has been won. The skies no longer rain death. The seas bear only commerce. Men everywhere walk upright in the sunlight. The entire world lies reporting this to you, the people. I speak for the thousand of silent lips forever stilled in the jungles and the beaches, and in the deep waters of Pacific which mark the way. To the Pacific Basin has come the vista of a new emancipated world. Today, freedom is on the offensive, democracy is on the march. Today, in Asia as well as in Europe, unshackled peoples are tasting the full sweetness of liberty, the relief from fear. As I look back on long, tortuous trials from those grim days of Bataan and Corregidor, when the entire world lived in fear, democracy was on the defensive everywhere. When the modern civilization trembled in the balance, I thank a merciful God that He has given us the faith, the courage, and the power from which to mold victory. We have known the bitterness of defeat and the exultation of triumph, and from both we have learned that there can be no turning back. We must go forward to preserve in peace what we won in war.
Education. What is education? Why we need education in our life? Like our great heroes has said, education is the most important in our life. a gift of knowledge that cannot be stolen and can bring you to the top of your dreams. Education is important, especially to those who cannot afford to go to school because of their status in life. But the greatest treasure that can be achieved is education. Through education, one person's knowledge can be enhanced. Like a seed on a fertile soil, that if the seed receive enough sunlight, water, and air, it will grow to a big tree that can give you fresh fruits and shelter with clean air. In education, if you are willing to study in school, doing your projects, homeworks, and reading some smart stuff, it will give knowledge to you and bring you to success. Education will bring you to the top of the world and help you reach your dream, and it will end up coming true. But if you don't have education, it will end up like a sleeping shrimp in the river, who's just following the dashing of the water, waiting for nothing wherever the river leads you. See, if you only have education, it will lead you to the right path and give you a grateful life. You can do anything without people scolding at you, calling you naive, and etc. Education can make us a better citizen of our country and a good fellow man. So let us give importance to our education and give the best that we can to have it. There is no young and adult in education. As long as you are reaching for it, go for it. It's a goal. It's a big treasure that can make you rich and fill you with knowledge. A tree that bears a lot of fruits that you can share to everyone. Thank you.
Hey, everybody's staring at me. You, all of you, how dare you to stare at me? Why? Because I'm a bad girl? A bad girl I am? A good-for-nothing teenager. That's what you call me. I smoke. I drink. I gamble at my younger tender age. I lied. I cheat. And even I could kill if I have to. But where are my parents? You? You're my good parents? My good brother and sister in the society where I live? Look at me. What have you done to me? You pampered and spoiled me, neglected me when I needed you most, entrusted me to a yaya whose intelligence was much lower than mine. While you go about your parties, meetings, and gambling session, thus I drifted away from you, longing for a father's love, yearning for a mother's care. When I grew up, everything's changed. You too have changed. You spend more times in your pookers, managing tables, bars, and nightclubs. You even landed to the headlines of the newspapers as a crook, peddlers, and racketeers. Now, you call my name? Accuse me in everything I did to myself? Now tell me, how good you are. If you really wish to ensure my future, then hurry back home, where I await you, because I need you. Protect me from all evil influences that threaten me and my very own understanding. But if I'm bad, really bad, then you get to help me.
Help me! Oh, please. Help me.
Made by Fernando Marano. They glanced with me when first we met, hustling a heart that atches for thee. I feel the pain of fond regret. They part when chance is not for me. We parted though we met no more. My dreams are dreams of thee for me. I think of thee, my thoughts implore. The hours my race on time are living. Forgive these words that love impart. Unfleeting bear the fruits of fruits. And if a rose with thorns thou art, yet on my breast the rose may rest. I know not what the name they chance, though heart half human, half divine. But if I could hold time in my arms, I know both heaven and earth were mine.
The tyranny of false riches. I am the youth of the land. I am told that I am fickle and faithful, that I am soft and easygoing. I am accused of being naughty and proud and distrustful, of not having the right attitude. My leaders tell me they didn't know where this country is headed for, that they wonder with a guilty sense of foreboding what I shall do with this land when it is left to me as a heritage, when it is revealed to me as my own. I am the youth of the land. I do not stand before you to whitewash my errors. I admit that my accusations hurled against me are in great part true, but in all justice, in all fairness, in all deference to truth, do not hold me entirely accountable for my failings. Do not overburden me with the sins of the world. Do not classify me to a cross I do not fashion. I may be young, I may be inexperienced, but I am not blind. I can see the future with a certainty that I alone can feel, for I felt in my blood. And I see my leaders who have built a towering mansion with stakes of sand. And that sand shifts and towering mansion falls. Not a feather stands for all is ruined, and wandering among the shambles in that mass of ruins. I stumble upon the monuments of upturned graves of my leaders, and my soul is blocked with resentment, and I curse them with a hatred that only you can possess. I only stare at the big sky and swear, may your memory be damned by my destiny.
something. If you love something, love it. Love it wholeheartedly. Love it completely. Cherish it. Say it. But most importantly, show it. You don't know until that person or thing will last. Life is infinite and fragile. And just because something is there, it will always there. Maybe one day, it might not be the next, or in the next, but you don't know until when it will be there. Never take that for granted. Say what you want to say, then say a little more. Say too much, show too much, love too much. Everything is temporary, but love, love is something that you can't explain. Loving a person is not easy, but it will be worth it. Everyone is deserving. It's just that it is how you handle something, something that you know that it deserves, something that is worthy. Don't take it for granted. While it is there, take good care of it because you don't know when will be the last time or when will be the last day that you will have it. Go for it. Go. Love something. Do everything.
The second inaugural address of President Ferdinand P. Marcos in 1969. There are many of us who see things as they are and complain. Let us rather see things as they should be and aspire. Let us dream of the vision of what could be and not of what might have been. There are many things we do not want about our world. Let us not just mourn for them. Let us change them. We must discard complacency without embracing panic, rely on our efforts alone without rejecting the support of others. Let not the future observe that being a virile body, we multiply in number without increasing in spirit. Let every man be his own master, but let him first, and above all, be his own change. It is our destiny to transform this nation. We begin by transforming ourselves first. In this formidable task, no Filipino, no one in this land will be exempt, whatever be his station in life. Neither wealth nor power will purchase privilege. Wealth and power shall not outrage the conscience of the people. Trusting in God and in ourselves, we must not pledge, my countrymen, that in homage to the vision of a race, there shall be in this part of the universe a people strong and free, chasing their ancestral roots of Asia, proud of their Oriental heritage, as well as Western culture, secure in their achievement, people daring to match the iron of the world without losing their essential humanity, eradicating social iniquity, without endangering their liberties, practicing self-discipline and self-reliance, without ostentation, attaining dignity without losing friends, seeking true independence without provoking war, embracing freedom, even in deprivation.
Goal in our life. To make one's life successful, we need to have a goal. A life without a goal is like a ship without a compass. We are lucky to have a good school with all necessary infrastructures, no matter how you had been in the last term. But what matters most today is how well you will utilize your capabilities and the facilities provided in the school. In this term, you must have heard of Abraham Lincoln. He was the son of poor woodcutter. Every day, he was found reading under the street light. One day, a policeman on a patrolling asked him, "Why are you found here so late at night?" Boy Lincoln replied instantly, "If I don't read now, how can I become a president of America?" Then, surprised policeman asked him, You want to become the president of America? We know that America had ever seen." How many of us do have such specified goals in our life? People who had high goals in life proved themselves to be great assets for their nations. Are we not destined to be great? Don't we have the capabilities? Dear friends, Specific goals in life enable us to move forward with determination, and this determination persuades us to strive hard. Are you all ready to be great? May the Almighty bless us in finding goals and realizing them.
Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death by Patrick Henry. No man thinks more highly than I do of the patriotism, as well as abilities, of the very worthy gentlemen who have just addressed the House. But different men often see the same subject in different lights, and therefore, I hope it will not be thought disrespectful to those gentlemen if, entertaining as I do, opinions about character very opposite to theirs, I shall speak forth my sentiments freely, and without reserve. This is no time for ceremony. The question before the House is one of awful moment to this country. For my own part, I consider it as nothing less than a question of freedom or slavery, and in proportion to the magnitude of the subject ought to be the freedom of the debate. It is only in this way that we can hope to arrive at truth and fulfill the great responsibility which we hold to God and our country. Should I keep back my opinions at such a time, through fear or giving offense, I should consider myself as guilty or treason towards my country, and of an act of disloyalty towards the majesty of heaven, which I revere above all earthly kings. Mr. President, it is natural to man to indulge in the illusions of hope. We are apt to shut our eyes against a painful truth and listen to the song of that serene till she transforms us into beasts. In this part of wise men, engaged in a great and arduous struggle for liberty, are we disposed to be of the number of those who, having eyes, see not, and having ears, hear not, the things which so nearly concern their temporal salvation? For my part, whatever anguish of spirit it may cost, I am willing to know the whole truth, to know the worst, and to provide for it.
Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death by Patrick Henry. No man thinks more highly than I do of the patriotism, as well as abilities of the very worthy gentlemen who have just addressed the House. But different men often see the same subject in different lights, and therefore, I hope it will not be thought disrespectful to those gentlemen if, entertaining as I do, opinions of a character very opposite to theirs, I shall speak forth my sentiments freely and without reserve. This is no time for ceremony. The question before the House is one of awful moment to this country. For my own part, I considered it as nothing less than a question of freedom or slavery, and in proportion to the magnitude of the subject ought to be the freedom of the debate. It is only in this way that we can hope to arrive at truth and fulfill the great responsibility which we hold to God and our country. Should I keep back my opinions at such a time, through fear of giving offense, I should consider myself as guilty of treason towards my country, and of an act of disloyalty towards the majesty of heaven, which I revere above all earthly kings. Mr. President, it is natural to man to indulge in the illusions of hope. We are apt to shut our eyes against a painful truth and listen to the song of the serene till she transforms us into beasts. Is this the part of wise men, engaged in a great and arduous struggle for liberty? Are we disposed to be of the number of those who, having eyes, see not, and having ears, hear not, the things which so nearly concern their temporal salvation? For my part, whatever anguish of spirit it may cost, I am willing to know the whole truth, to know the worst, and to provide for it.
Liberty or Give Me Death by Patrick Henry. No man thinks more highly than I do of the patriotism, as well as abilities of the very worthy gentlemen who have just addressed the House. But different men often see the same subject in different lights, and therefore I hope it will not be thought disrespectful to those gentlemen if, entertaining as I do, opinions of a character very opposite to theirs, I shall speak forth my sentiments freely and without reserve. This is no time for ceremony. The question before the House is one of the awful moments to this country. For my own part, I consider it as nothing less than a question of freedom or slavery, and in proportion to the magnitude of the subject, ought to be the freedom of the debate. It is only in this way that we can hope to arrive at truth, and fulfill the great responsibility which we hold to God and our country. Should I keep back my opinions at such time, through fear or giving offense, I should consider myself as guilty of treason towards my country, and of an act of disloyalty toward the majesty of heaven, which I revere above all earthly kings. Mr. President, it is natural to the man to indulge in the illusions of hope. We are apt to shut our eyes against a painful truth and listen to song of the siren till she transforms us into beasts. Is this the part of wise men engaged in a great and arduous struggle for liberty? Are we disposed to be of the number of those who, having eyes, see not, and having ears, hear not, the things which so nearly concern their temporal salvation? For my part, whatever anguish of spirit it may cost, I am willing to know the truth, to know the worst, and to provide for
Give
it.
me liberty or give me death by Patrick Henry. No one thinks more highly than I do the patriotism, as well as abilities of the very worthy gentleman who have just addressed the House. But different men often see the same subject in different lights, and therefore I hope it will not be thought disrespectful to those gentlemen if entertaining as I do opinions of a character very opposite to theirs. I shall speak forth my sentiments freely and without reserve. This is no time for ceremony. The question before the House is one of the awful moments to this country. For my own part, I considered it as nothing less than a question of freedom or slavery, and in proportion to the magnitude of the subject ought to be the freedom of the debate. It is only in this way that we can hope to arrive at truth, and fulfill the great responsibility which we hold to God and our country. Should I keep back my opinions at such a time, through fear of giving offense, I should consider myself as guilty of treason towards my country, and of an act of disloyalty toward the majesty of heaven, which I revere above all earthly things. Mr. President, it is natural to man to indulge in the illusions of hope. We are apt to shut our eyes against a faithful truth, and listen to the song of serene till she transforms us into beasts. Is this the part of wise men engaged in a great and arduous struggle for liberty? Are we disposed to be of the number of those who, having eyes, see not, and having ears, hear not, the things which so nearly concern their temporal salvation? For my part, whatever anguish of spirit it may cost, I am willing to know the whole truth, to know the worst, and to provide for it.
Give me liberty or give me death by Patrick Henry. No one thinks more highly than I do of the patriotism as well as abilities of the very worthy gentlemen who have just addressed the House. But different men often see the same subject in different lights, and therefore I hope it will not be thought disrespectful to those gentlemen, entertaining as I do opinions of a character very opposite to theirs. I shall speak forth my sentiment freely and without reserve. This is no time for ceremony. The question before the House is one of the awful moments to this country. For my own part, I consider it nothing less than a question of a freedom or slavery, and in proportion to this magnitude of the subject, ought to be freedom of the debate. It is only in this way that we can hope to arrive at truth, and to fulfill the great responsibility which we hold to God and our country. Should I keep back my opinions at such a time, through fears of giving offense, I should consider myself as guilty of treason towards my country, and of an act of disloyalty toward the majesty of the heaven, which I revere above all earthly kings. Mr. President, it is natural to man to indulge in the illusion of hope. We are apt to shut our eyes against a painful truth and listen to the song of the serene till that transforms us into beasts. This part of wise men engage in a very and arduous struggle of liberty. We are disposed to be of the number of those who having eyes see not, and having ears hear not, and the things which so nearly concern the temporal salvation. For my part, whatever anguish of spirit it may cause, I am willing to know the whole truth to those worst and provide for it.
Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death by Patrick Henry. No man thinks more highly than I do of the patriotism, as well as abilities of the very worthy gentlemen who have just addressed the House. But different men often see the same subject in different lights, and therefore I hope it will not be thought disrespectful to those gentlemen if, entertaining as I do, opinions of a character very opposite to theirs, I shall speak forth my sentiments freely and without reserve. This is no time for the ceremony. The question before the House is one of awful moment to this country. For my own part, I consider it as nothing less than a question of the freedom or slavery, and in proportion to the magnitude of the subject ought to be the freedom of the debate. It is only in this way that we can hope to arrive at truth and fulfill that great responsibility which we hold to God and our country. Should I keep back my opinions at such a time through fear of giving offense, I should consider myself as guilty of treason towards my country, and of an act of disloyalty towards the majesty of heaven, which I revere above all earthly kings. Mr. President, it is natural to man to indulge in the illusion of hope. We are apt to shut our eyes against a painful truth, and listen to the song of that serene till she transform us into beasts. Is this the part of wise men engaged in a great and arduous struggle for liberty? Are we disposed to be of the number of those who, having eyes, see and having ears, hear not, the things which so nearly concern their temporal salvation? For my part, whatever anguish of spirit it may cause, I am willing to know the whole truth, to know the worst, and to provide for it.